Hi, I'm Peter Tragos, host of the Lawyer You Know podcast and YouTube channel. The saying goes, everyone hates lawyers until you need one. Well, I'm here when you need one to answer your questions and give you insight that you didn't know you needed. Along with my partners, Pete Sardis, the professor, who has a finance and business background, and George Tragos, my dad, and the consigliere, a criminal defense giant, we can answer any questions you have. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Lawyer You Know. It's Peter Tragos, and we are here to talk about another lawyer and what's next for her. So many of you fell in love with Camille Vasquez throughout the Johnny Depp litigation and Johnny Depp trial, and people have been wondering what is next for her. Will she now be a lawyer to the stars? And the case we are talking about today, the answer is yes. She is representing another celebrity client who has found themselves in hot water. We're going to get into who that celebrity client is, what the case is all about, and actually, it's a kind of an intricate criminal case that has a personal injury angle and aspect to it, and something that I have actually dealt with myself. And my dad and I successfully represented a couple clients dealing with this exact issue. So I'll be able to give some pretty good insight into what the road looks like ahead for Camille Vasquez. If you guys like this content, take a second, hit that like button and subscribe to our page. We talk about different legal topics here, and there's going to be kind of a change coming in the way that a lot of us look at legal cases and lawyers in our country. When they become celebrity lawyers like Camille Vasquez, people are going to start following the lawyers' cases as much as they are the clients' cases. And that is kind of how we get to where we're at here with this video. So let me know in the comments if you enjoy this, if you have any questions, because I love to bring you the content that you're most interested in. And also hit that like button if you haven't already. And Camille Vasquez's new celebrity client is Miss Kilcher. I'm not going to try to pronounce her first name because I know I will butcher it, but she was an actress in one of the biggest shows over the last year. And that's when I first binge watched it and fell in love with it. And that is Yellowstone. If any of you watched Yellowstone, let me know what you think in the comments on a scale of 1 to 10, how much you liked it, and I'll give you my score in a later video. But Miss Kilcher played a very interesting character for the hot water she finds herself in now. She was a cutthroat lawyer hired in the case, and people said, once you start this, you can never go back. And there was some dark feelings and clouds and a dark aura kind of over her as this cutthroat lawyer. And she was Angela Blue Thunder was her character's name. And I believe she was hired by the chief or the casino on the reservation. And she was known as a lawyer that may not necessarily fight fair, but she gets the job done. And it's interesting now that Camille Vasquez represents her in this case because she finds herself in some trouble. And it's relevant that she was on the show Yellowstone and she played this character because that is literally at the center of this criminal case. So Miss Kilcher has been charged with 2 felony counts of workers' compensation insurance fraud. What is workers' compensation insurance fraud? This is something that I've actually represented clients, like I talked about, and my dad has also represented clients with this specific criminal charge. And what this means is usually when you commit insurance fraud in the personal injury protection or workers' compensation insurance situation is if you lie about an injury or a disability in order to collect these insurance benefits when you should not be entitled to those insurance benefits. Lying about an injury, lying about being out of work, going to a doctor's office and saying you have problems that you don't have because you know the workers' comp or the PIP is going to pay it. That is this kind of insurance fraud. And in this situation, an investigation by the California Department of Insurance found that Kilcher allegedly broke the law in collecting over $90,000 in disability benefits. California law prohibits misrepresenting injuries to medical providers to collect work comp insurance benefits. Yet the investigation found that Kilcher worked on Yellowstone during the time she told a doctor that she had been too injured to work. So it's not like she was just getting some side job or getting paid under the table. No. She was working on a show that was literally watched worldwide when she was going to a doctor every day saying, I can't get a job. And she was applying for disability and collecting disability benefits that were supposed to reimburse her from lost work and lost wages. The Department of Insurance is the lead agency investigating the work comp insurance fraud. And they're saying that she allegedly defrauded them out of $90,000+. And this all happened back in October of 2018 while she was acting on the movie Dora and the Lost City of Gold. Dora the Explorer, as I call it and as my kids call it. Kilcher allegedly injured her neck and her right shoulder. So she is working and she was injured. Hence the work comp claim. If anybody doesn't know what work comp is, you get injured on the job, regardless of whose fault it is. It can even be your own fault. And there are still certain benefits you can collect for medical bills and lost wages. Usually work comp does not cover pain and suffering and non-economic damages, but it will give you a portion of your medical bills and wages that you lose as a result of the injury that you sustained while you were working. Well, Ms. Kilcher saw a doctor a few times that year, but stopped treatment and did not respond to the insurance company's handler that was handling her claim on behalf of her employer. A year later, in October of 2019, Kilcher contacted the insurance company saying that she needed treatment. She also told the doctor handling her claim that she had been offered work since her injury occurred, but had been unable to accept it because her neck pain was too severe. And we have a lot of clients who say this, and we tell them, we can only get this lost wage claim if it's legit and if we can prove it. And how do you prove it? Well, if you've lost work, then you can get reimbursed. Just saying I made $90,000 last year and I made zero this year doesn't mean you're going to get reimbursed lost wages. You have to prove I was offered this $90,000 contract. And a lot of you that come from the Johnny Depp case, if you're watching this because Camille Vasquez is now on this case, you know he had to prove I was offered Pirates 5. I was offered this and that. And this was how much money I was offered. And I didn't get it because they pulled it because of what Amber said. Well, in this situation, Ms. Kilcher has to prove in the work comp claim that I didn't get this, or I couldn't, was physically unable to handle this job and act in this movie, show, play, whatever it was, because my neck pain was too severe and I injured my neck in the work comp incident back in October of 2018. Therefore, the work comp insurance will reimburse her at least a percentage of those lost wages. Based on Kilcher's statements to the doctor, she began receiving temporary total disability benefits. And after reviewing wage information from her employer, the investigation found Kilcher had worked as an actress on the television show Yellowstone from July of 2019 to October of 2019, despite her statements to the doctor that she had been unable to work for a year. So in October, when she was done on Yellowstone, she said the previous year, I couldn't work. Well, apparently there are records that she was working on Yellowstone. Literally in that year, she said she couldn't work and she was being offered work, but was physically unable to do it. Now, I think there's an argument to say that maybe she was offered some jobs that were more, that required more physical activity and she wasn't able to take those jobs. I think that's possible. Like I was picked to be, Wonder Woman and I couldn't crack the whip like Wonder Woman needed to because my neck pain was too severe. I had to pass up on that job. Doesn't mean I had to pass up on everything, but that's going to depend on what did she tell doctors? What did she put in documents she swore to under oath? My guess is she had a work comp attorney. Are they going to be implicated in all of this? So according to the records, she returned to the doctor and started receiving disability benefits 5 days after last working on the show. That's rough. When told about Kilcher's recent employment history, the doctor on her claim stated that if they had been aware of the work she had done on Yellowstone, they would have never granted her the disability payments. So maybe it wasn't Wonder Woman. Maybe what she said just wasn't the truth. From October 14th to September 9th, October 14th, 2019 through September 9th, 2021, Kilcher received $96,838 in undeserved disability benefits, allegedly. She self-surrendered on May 27th of 2022 to the LA County District Attorney's Office, who is prosecuting the case. And up until recently, she had some non-famous lawyer on the case, but now she's got Camille Vasquez. And this is what Camille Vasquez has in front of her. Apparently, she believes that Ms. Kilcher is being wrongfully accused of this crime, and we are going to see what kind of arguments she has. I'm very interested in it. And as you know, everyone is innocent until proven guilty on this show and in this country. So I'm very interested to see that while the optics might not be great, you said you weren't working when all of us can watch a show and confirm you were working. You went 5 days after you worked and told the doctor something that the doctor even said if he would have known, he would have never given you those benefits. We'll see what a great lawyer can do with a case like this. And to me, I find this very interesting. Insurance fraud is very interesting, especially dealing in injury cases. And like I said, we've had cases like this where they've filmed our client who was working underneath his car when he said he had a back injury. We won the case pretty easily and quickly. This was our most recent one when we proved that nowhere did it say he couldn't lay down and work on his car. Nowhere did it say he was paralyzed. Nowhere did it say he even couldn't work. And we weren't even claiming lost wages. That case went away. The criminal charges went away, and we resolved the car accident case for fair value. Because again, exaggerations by insurance companies saying, oh, look, we caught you, when it's saying we never said he couldn't do this. Find me a medical record where it said he couldn't work on his car. It actually says that he is able to do certain things. It's just the pain hurts worse after. And he can't go on not having somebody change the oil in his car if he needs to change the oil in his car, if he can't afford an oil change. He can't go on not having anybody mow his grass. He still has to live his life. He still actually went to work. It was just more painful to work. So there are different nuances and exaggerations that insurance companies make in order to try to catch people for fraud. But on the other hand, there is a lot of insurance fraud out there as well. Sometimes even the doctors are in on it. In this case, it seems like the doctor is not in on it. So we're going to have to follow this case if you all are interested in it. And you can let me know that by liking the video and letting me know in the comments that you're interested in this case. Share it with your friends if they're interested in Camille Vasquez or if they're interested in this case, because to me, it's very interesting. Celebrity client, work comp insurance fraud, and celebrity attorney to the stars here, Camille Vasquez. Maybe the trifecta for the next case you all are interested in this community. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let me know what you think of this case, and thanks for joining us here today on The Lawyer You Know. Thanks for watching this episode of The Lawyer You Know. If you like this content, please share it with your friends. Make sure you subscribe to our page and like our videos. If you want some interaction, get in the comments and we'll be sure to get back to you. If you want to know any more information about our firm or this page, you can find out in the description or visit tragoslaw.com. We post multiple times throughout the week, so make sure you hit that bell so you can get the notification and not miss out on the next episode.